Hello everyone, Kaspersky team here. My name is Marina and I work at Kaspersky. I'm a cybersecurity professional, I'm a trainer and I provide trainings for students and for specialists. And now I want to tell you why I'm here. I believe that cybersecurity is extremely important. We have lots of data and all our data is needed to be protected. So today we will discuss what kind of professionals are presented in cybersecurity world, and then we will discuss how you can become a part of cybersecurity world. If you are a student, please tell me in our chat where do you study and why are you here? What do you want to know? What is interesting? Why are you interested in cybersecurity? Let's see what our plan for today. We have a series of 3 interviews with real cybersecurity experts. These guys are very cool. They work at our company and they fight with attackers. Today we will discuss everything about defenders. On our next meeting we will discuss developers or blue or yellow teams, and we will finish our series with a speech about attackers or red teams in cybersecurity world. What we will cover today, I will tell you what is a bad pyramid and which teams exist in cybersecurity world. We also learn how to become a part of cybersecurity world. And please be active. Let's have some fun. Please text your messages, text your questions in our chat, and our expert will answer all these questions at the end of our live stream. We also have prepared a special questions for our listeners. Our cybersecurity professional will ask you this question, and our winner will get a cool prize. But we will discuss that a bit later. So let's start our webinar. Here you can see a fancy triangle where the teams are presented in cybersecurity world. Here you can see red team, blue team, and yellow team. What do they do? Red teams actually attackers. They emulate a real attacker's actions and try to test the system for security. They try to understand if there are some vulnerabilities and other things, and developers try to protect our system from both real attackers and red teams. And developers or builders, they are programmers, they write pieces of code so they can help real cybersecurity professionals to optimize their human resources usage. And today our topic is blue team. Blue team is presented by 3 teams. The first one is SOC, Security Operations Services. These guys try to monitor customers' network and respond to cybersecurity incidents. The next one is Digital Forensics team. These guys analyze digital evidence and investigate digital crimes. And the last but not least is Anti-Malware Research team. And our today expert is an anti-malware researcher. These guys study malicious code. They try to understand how it works so we can protect ourselves from this type of code. Our speaker for today is Dmitry Golov. He's our cool researcher from great department, Global Research and Analysis team, and he will join us in 1 minute. Stay tuned.
We work to keep smart speakers in tune, and we're always tuned in to stop kettles taking over the world. We make sure that your education stays on the boil, so that only memes go viral. We protect you, but not from this. We open up opportunities for you all over. We work.
Hi Dima, it's nice to have you here, and my first question for you, tell us who you are and what exactly you do at Kaspersky.
Hello everyone, my name is Dmitry Golov. I'm working as a security researcher at Kaspersky team. I'm working with a great team. It is global research and analysis team, and we are mainly focusing on advanced persistent threats, financial threats, threats of the nearest future, and we're trying to make all the people aware about such problems and things that are going on right now. Personally, me is focused on Android threats and the mobile world itself, some problems that are related to the Internet of Things, and cybercrime.
Wow, that's very cool. Could you tell us what is your career path? Where did you start?
Well, I started to work in Kaspersky as an intern around 6 years ago when I was studying at the first course of Moscow State University. At that time, I came to the team that was mainly focused on Android malware analysis and detection. So I worked there for a couple of years as an intern. Then I was promoted for junior analyst and for an analyst, and then I went to the great team because for me it was like full of new fields to research.
Cool, but why exactly cybersecurity? How did you decide to become a cybersecurity professional?
It's a tricky question because I never even thought about like going to cybersecurity intentionally. So during high school, I participated in various programming contests and took part in Russian and international contests for students. And afterwards, I understood that programming and all that development is not as interesting for me as cybersecurity. So, and at that time, the CTFs, so the capture the flag challenges and competition just started their way in Russia, so there was not a lot of them. But there were a couple of my friends who were interested, and we started. And just in one of those competitions that were organized by Kaspersky, we were prize winners, and that's why we came here. And like, so it was like step by step. I even didn't think about coming here intentionally.
I see. But as I said, there are lots of professionals in cybersecurity field, and you decided to become a malware analyst at first. Why exactly this path? Why exactly this profession?
I think that so there were a couple options, and I think that malware analysis it's kind of basis for all the other future movements, because if you want to switch from malware analysis to some threat research or threat intelligence, maybe incident response, whatever, so those knowledge and those things that you are aware of because of malware analysis will indeed help you. You will be just like you will understand easily what's going on around.
And that's exactly what you did. So you switch your career path a little bit, and now you perform research in IoT, right? Why did you decide to do this movement?
Yeah, not only IoT, but like when you're doing malware analysis, you're mainly focused on one small subtopic. So you're trying to analyze some Unix malware or whatever. But when you're doing threat intelligence and you're trying to diverse your studies, it is much more interesting. So it is like you don't get bored because you're like doing the same stuff on and on. And when you're switching to to IoT security or mobile security or some crimeware, there are so many topics to be covered, so you feel comfortable with all of that.
You said the word threat intelligence. Could you please explain to our listeners what is it?
Well, threat intelligence, it is mainly B2B topic because we are, as security experts, trying to analyze all the threats and all the campaigns going around, all the attacks, and digest them and like give out some reports or some finalized and short information for the companies who want to stay secure and who want to be aware of things going on in the wild, but they can't actually afford to have so many specialists, or like they don't have money or time just to do that on their own. So they just buy that intelligence from us. So they just buy ready to go info and ready to use information.
So threat intelligence basically is an information about everything, like threats, cybersecurity world, and so on. And you provide your customers with this information.
Yeah, we have several like subsections. For example, advanced persistent threats, financial threats, crimeware, ransomware, whatever. And if they're interested, like not only in the news that there is some ransomware out in the wild, but they need some indicators of compromise, some internal technical information about the capability of that or that family or whatever, they can buy those reports that we are providing and just read them without any research. They will know all the answers on their questions.
Okay, that sounds very cool. Now we're having a 1-minute break. Stay tuned.
So much of our life is spent online.
It's how we communicate
and connect.
Study, work. Hello, I'm all the things I do online. I'm a secure, smart shopper. For the right price, I can buy the whole world. I'm cat gifts, peach emojis, but only for my faves. Like a boss. I'm the RPG and action game without lag. And I'm the provider of safe content for my kids. I am what I do online. So are you. Kaspersky, made to protect the online you.
Hello again, and it's time to ask our listeners, right, Dima? I know that you have prepared a special task for them. So could you please tell us what is the task?
Yeah, we already had a little talk about CTF challenges, and this is one of them. It is not hard. I think that you will cope to solve it during the interview. So you have a cryptographic algorithm that encrypts the flag. So and at the bottom of that script you have the output. So your task is to revert and to find out what is the flag that is encrypted. So do your best, try to submit your task, your answer to the chat, and I think that we have a special prize from our organizers.
Yeah, that's true, that's very true. Please scan a QR code in the right bottom angle. So what will get our winner? Our winner will get a 1-year subscription on Masterclass. Masterclass is a platform where the best profi share their experience with you. You can learn from Neil Gaiman, Chris Voss, Gordon Ramsay, and other professionals. So answer the question. We are waiting for your answers. And we are now continue our interview. So in this topic, I would talk about education. Dima, what do you think? What does every cybersecurity professional need to know?
Well, it is quite a tricky question again, because there are so many different fields of studies, and for example, we can't really compare those professionals who are doing reverse engineering and web security and some incident response or whatever, but still there are some basic knowledge that you have to know about programming, software development, probably some essentials of, as we call that, computer science, so that everything that is related to computers, from network protocols to maybe some cryptographic algorithms, some internal so operation system structure. So all that knowledge that you have, it is like not much more related to something like, we're not doctors who know what is the protocol and what we should do in that or that situation. It is mainly about our experience, and that we have a lot of information in our head, and if we need it, we can just like try to find that information.
So that's not a science, that's an art, right?
Well, it is not art. I think it is like more hands-on, a hands-on job, because every day you have new tasks, you have new threats, you have new attacks, and you will never know what knowledge and what information you will have to find or understand or study.
And what specific knowledge is obligatory in Blue Team?
I think that so like the basis is, as I said, is probably the same for everyone. As for the Blue Team, we have a lot of questions related to malware analysis. So it is reverse engineering that is also connected to algorithms, software development, maybe cryptography again. So it is like everything is connected. Also, there is threat hunting. So this is the art of trying to find the links between different malware, different threat actors, to do some kind of attribution, to find victims. So it is like working with statistics, with some databases. So it is also very important. And it may look that if we are doing cybersecurity, we are cracking everything, like we are destroying everything and trying to have a look what's inside. But we still have to develop, because all the tools that we are using on a daily basis, we are also developing on our own. We have to code that, test it, maintain it. So it is a very diverse profession, and that's why I think that you have to start with something and then find your way.
Cool. And for example, I want to become a cybersecurity professional. What do I need to know at the first place? So how to become a part of team?
It is so. Regarding the fact that it is a hands-on profession, you have to get some kind of like a bit real-world experience, not only reading books or whatever. Because to be honest, I haven't read any books related to cybersecurity from the beginning to the very end. I've used some of them when I needed to extract and find some information, but like it's not like reading books. You have to use that, you have to try it. So my advice for those who want to just like to get inside and to understand is it interesting or not, CTF challenges or hands-on courses, they're the best way to do that, because you can try to do something, you will never do that on your first attempt, you'll find some extra information, then you will do it better. So it will be like a process of competition, contest, and it will be funny for you and cool. But if you are sitting and reading books like how to become a security engineer, it will be really boring, and you will go and do marketing and be happy.
Cool. Okay, I get it. And I have one more question for you. I want to ask, is higher education important? But please don't answer right now. I want to ask our listeners these questions. Dear listeners, what do you think? Is higher education important? Do you need that? Or maybe it's completely not important for you. So here you also can see a QR code in the right bottom corner. Please follow this QR code and answer the question, and we will be here in 1 minute.
Hello everybody, I'm Eugene Kaspersky, co-founder and the boss of Kaspersky company. Of course, I do miss the flights, the travels, the meeting people, but at the same time, I learned how to work online, and I'm really happy to see how it's easy to arrange the events, how it's easy to communicate to different people, different parts of the world. We have meetings, we have events, we have conferences online, and I think when we get back to normal, we have this knowledge, so be ready to work twice more, plus to the usual meetings, conferences, events as before COVID, we will have online. Be ready for that. Stone age, iron age, now we live in the plastic age. The next age is cyber. So we're entering the cyber age with all these new technologies, new products. What's really missing is the real security for all these new technologies, because it's not possible to have the new world which with cyber in every piece of that, which is not truly secure. So our future for the company, for myself, is to develop new technologies, not just security, but immunity, and I guess there will be very exciting times. Own your future, Eugene Kaspersky.
Hi guys, hello again. We are need to know if higher education is important in cybersecurity world. And now we have a survey for you. Please scan again a QR code in the right bottom corner and answer this question. And now I will ask our interviewee. So Dima, what do you think, is higher education important?
I think that's a question for like all the students. Like, do I need that stuff that I'm spoiling my life like for years or whatever for a piece of paper? It is yes and no at the same time, because if you're going for higher education to be a doctor or a scientist or a mathematician or a professor in history or whatever, it is indeed like completely yes, because this is the knowledge that is not changing a lot from year to year. So if we're talking about programming, software development, cybersecurity, networking, or whatever, this is a really diverse and quickly developing field. And I know that there are some universities who are trying to be up to date, and they're improving their courses every year, trying to show new technologies and like try to give students some hands-on experience. Unfortunately, not all of them are so. But still, even if you're going for computer science in the university and you're getting all the mathematics and algorithms and whatever, you will get some interesting and useful knowledge. So some of that information is really useful. But you have to combine that with some hands-on education, with some internships, some courses, whatever, because in case you're getting that classic education and get that paper with all the A grades and you're like a good boy, you will face the situation when like you're graduated and you have to find some internship or whatever. And the real world companies, they're mainly focusing on your experience, and if they're choosing between a graduate with no experience and probably a student who is still studying but have been an intern for like a couple years, they will probably choose the second one. Another interesting aspect is that we are living like in a world that is not changing in one day, and still a lot of companies, they are requiring higher education for their potential employees, because it is thought to be some kind of certification that you're not stupid or whatever. It is like that, yes, but in the IT world, it becomes less and less important. As for me, I have higher education, and I think it's not bad. So I got not only the certificate, the diploma, I also got some interesting knowledge, but I have been an intern for like the whole process of me being in the university. So it is always about the balance.
I get it. But I think that our listeners may wondering if it is important as a formal criteria, because some of company won't give you their job offer because you don't have this formal education. What do you think about it? And I'm also interested. What's the difference between Western countries, Russia, or maybe East countries, and so on? Is there any difference? Maybe you know this thing.
Well, so as I mentioned before, higher education is required by some companies, and it is a fact. We know about that. In the IT world, it is getting less and less important, and less companies are like requiring it for all the positions. Probably they're requiring it only for some high management, C-level, whatever. Regarding the geography and different countries, I think in the Western world it is still thought to be more important than in the Eastern world. For example, in Russia, Kaspersky is requiring higher education when you're getting an interview. But if you are really experienced and you're ready to learn, you're ready to work, like you can get a job offer without that, and no one will ever like point a finger that you have no higher education, because higher education, it is a tricky question again, because the universities are different. Because I have ex-colleagues who have been learning, who have been studying in some universities related to railways. So like how to build a railway.
Wow,
and when you're
cool.
getting a job offer related to cybersecurity, you're like, okay, cool, you have that diploma, but still maybe it is like some experience is more important.
Okay, good. But you know what? Our listeners think that higher education is extremely important. Okay, thanks for your answers. And now,
Good luck, guys.
yeah, good luck. Good luck. I also have a higher education in cybersecurity, so it takes some time, right? Tell me, please, what? Now I want you to tell us about your team. What does your team do, and what's your team role for the company?
Well, so our team is quite abnormal in terms of what is going on in Kaspersky, because we're technical experts, but we are very diverse in terms of geography, because there are like 45 people in our team, but they are living and working in like different 20 countries or so. So that helps us to be in touch with our local customers and some local threats, and so just like to be geographically close to the things going on. Also, it is diverse in terms of what we're doing, because there are so many different experts, starting from POS, malware, ending with web security, IoT, cybercrime, financial security. It is very diverse. And everyone who is getting involved and who gets inside the group, it is mainly, so he's mainly focusing on the topics that he is interested in. So there's no kind of like a big boss who is saying you research this or that, or you don't have to do that, because everyone knows that we are different and we are different experts, and if we are good in some field, probably it is better to develop that skills and to bring your input to the whole team. But as for the position of our group inside the company, we are dealing with probably the most part of threat intelligence. So we are like the biggest part of our job is still threat intelligence, and another part of us are doing a lot in terms of global positioning of Kaspersky as technical experts and technical pioneers. So, for example, that's why I'm talking to you guys right now, because I want to involve you and to show that cybersecurity is cool and there is a lot of things to do. So, welcome.
Okay, tell me please, what is your role and what are you working on right now, for example?
So, as for me, so pretty much all of the members are having several duties. Like we have different projects that you're responsible for. You have different services that you are working on. Or as for me, right now I'm leading the financial track in threat intelligence service that we're having. So I'm in for all the financial research that we are doing all over the world. So all the other duties, they're mainly related to researches that I'm doing on my own. So it is IoT, cybercrime, crimeware, Android malware, financial threats. So I'm not focusing. There are some guys who are interested in, for example, POS malware, and they are doing only things related to them. And that's cool, and they're not getting bored, they're professionals, but for me it is easier just to switch sometimes just to see something new and not just like to change the field.
Okay, could you tell me about IoT? Do you have any projects related to IoT right now?
At the moment, I think no. Recently, we had a couple of interesting projects related to medical IoT, related to the IoT that is used in different, how to say, industrial factories, things like that. But again, IoT, just like research and things related to IoT is a bit tricky because there are so many different platforms, there are so many different devices, manufacturers, so it is pretty impossible to make all this ecosystem secure right now because it is so much diverse. And that's why this is just one of the reasons, for example, why in Kaspersky we are right now talking not about cybersecurity, we're trying not to talk about cybersecurity, but about cyber immunity, because when you're having so much different, so many different technologies, platforms and manufacturers, programs, devices around, you can't provide that good level of security afterwards. When something is created and being used, you can do that only including the cybersecurity concepts at the very first step of design.
Cybersecurity by design, right?
Yeah, cybersecurity by design, and I think that in the future, so information and informatization is penetrating almost all the fields of our life, and we will have to live with that somehow. And hopefully we will do better in terms of cyber immunity.
Yeah, that's true. And the cybersecurity professionals actually protect our sensitive data. Could you tell me, could you describe your work day? What do you actually do at work?
That's a question without an answer because all the days are really different. So
you have lots of different tasks, right?
Yeah, lots of different tasks, and I think that together with like almost all the world, this year was pretty different from what what we've seen before, because before we had a lot of events, a lot of meetings with customers, a lot of for example, technical conferences when we were presenting our researches and stuff. So that was like a lot of different movements, even in terms of going somewhere, flying somewhere all the time. This year, mainly, we were sitting on our sofas, armchairs, working from home. But yeah, it really depends on what you're doing right now. So what are you researching right now? You have a lot of duties on daily basis, so you have to do that every day. For example, that financial track I'm in for, I have to track what's going on every day because I'm responsible for that. But apart from that, you can choose whatever you want, you can work on that. Sometimes you will share your results and your concerns and thoughts with your colleagues, they can help you. But like when you're doing threat intelligence and research, we are mainly not lonely wolves, but we're doing a lot of things separately. So it's not like teamwork when we're meeting with the team every day like developers or testers do. When they have to collaborate on daily basis, we can like have a couple weeks of work and then present our results and good results, bad results, whatever. But we can do that on
testing
our own.
theories.
Yep.
Okay, tell us an interesting story from your work.
Well, there are so many interesting stories, but I'm not aware of what I can tell and what not. So I think that there are a lot of interesting stories related to IoT because it is so hilarious to understand how easy it is to make them secure by design, but the manufacturers are not doing that. For instance, we had a couple of hack spaces when we were buying. There were plenty of people involved in that, and we were buying different IoT devices. We've chosen them, we bought them, and the main focus was on finding different easy to find vulnerabilities, report them, and then tell about them to our customers, to our listeners. And that's really funny to understand that, for example, a vacuum cleaner is not a vacuum cleaner at all. It is like an AP camera on wheels, which is not secure, and all the neighbors can easily connect to it and just like go around your house, having a look what's going on, or some other devices like irons that can be turned on remotely, and like turning it on and on, you can just like put your house on fire. So it is like putting your house on fire is not so funny, and you asked for a funny story, but the whole concept is good.
Yeah, I see. In our next block, we will answer the questions from our chat, but I'd like to ask you a question right now. This
Sure.
question is from our chat. What's the problem of companies making both viruses and antiviruses? Like, company makes a virus and then makes antivirus program to defend computer from that virus. I think that's the most popular question we get all the time.
Yeah, I will be, surprised if no one asks that.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for the question. That's
In 100 times you answer this question,
yeah,
or thousands
that's
of
an
times.
honor. Yeah, that's an honor for me. So the thing is that there is so many stuff going on around, and so many different malware families and different threat actors, whatever. So it's really hard for us to cope with that. If we will create something on our own, it will be even more work to do. So it's like not worth it. Like you never know how to answer that question and not to make it silly, because but that's one of the most popular questions. Thank you. We're not developing any kind of viruses. We have a lot of job to do. So
We analyze it
no.
and try to protect you.
No way that I will be doing that in my free time or something. No.
Yeah, we have lots of work. Okay, thanks for your question, and we will answer the rest of your question in our next block. And now we have a little break. Hi, hello, and we have excellent news. So we have a winner of our little competition. Our task, Dima's task, is solved by a person with the nick Krypton. Please text us at academy@kaspersky.com, and you will get a 1-year subscription on cool platform. So we continue our session, and the next question for you: do you provide any cybersecurity internship for college students in Saudi Arabia or online? And where to apply or send our resumes or CV?
Well, I think that that you can answer that question better, because I'm not providing that program, but probably you are.
Actually, we have an internship. Now it's available only for Russia, because we need these people here at our office. But we also have lots of online courses on cybersecurity. You can visit our website, kasperskyacademy.com, and search for the additional information here. And thanks a lot for your questions. The next question is, okay, but if we are talking about career in cybersecurity, what is the selection process in your team, for example, and what are the main steps?
So our team is mainly formed from really experienced people, and we tend not to, like, a couple of years ago we were not even taking any kind of interns or juniors, but this year we've changed, changed that concept, and we hired 2 interns just to give our knowledge to, like, next generation. You can call it whatever you want. The process of selection is if you're a student and you have, like, at least a bit of knowledge of cybersecurity or programming, the best thing you can have is the will to study, the will to learn, and the will to work, because we have been in your shoes and we understand that you are not professionals and you are not the guys who will come and work from the very first day, just like being productive and giving out some services or products. But if you want to learn and work hard, and we see that, we will probably choose you compared to some kind of more
advanced people.
Yeah, more advanced students or interns who are not willing to study and who just, like, don't care about that field, whatever. So again, but that only works in case that you are looking for an internship and you're saying, hey, I'm coming here to study, please show me something. If you're looking for a job, to get a job offer, you have to be at least a bit of professional. So there will be requirements, and people will be waiting some results from you, like from the very first day, we can say.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the reasons why I've already told that it's better to find some kind of an internship as early as possible, because those requirements that are applied to you, they really differ on the on the level of your knowledge, the level of your requirements as well.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a question from me. You analyze a code of malicious software, and probably you need to be a very good programmer. Is it true?
In some cases, it really helps you. I know both people who are good programmers and who have never developed any kind of software, and both of them, they're really good reverse engineers. From my perspective, yes, at least you have to know how different languages are structured and how they are working under the hood, because without that, it will be too abstract for you, I think. So, I think yes, it is important.
Do you need to know C++?
Not like.
Guys,
it will be good. It will be good. It will be good to know, but this is not the most important thing. So, some people are probably focused on reversing other languages. So C++ is quite handy and used in many different ways. But even if you come and you know at least some kind of scripting language like Python or whatever, it will help you a lot, and you will understand how C++ works. It's not as hard as it seems during your interview.
Really?
Or during not the interview, during the internship, yeah.
Okay, good. Actually, that was it. We don't have any questions, but please text your questions. We still have time, and we will cover all the questions you have. Okay, so let's continue with the short questions. What do you like about your job?
That I have diverse fields to research.
Good. And what do you hate about your job?
Some of those fields are really boring.
For example?
For example, if you're having some kind of really advanced APT and you're trying to reverse it, you have to waste like couple days only decrypting or defuscating it, so it is like it brings the results, but when you're looking back, it looks like that you've been wasting time like for a week, and you have like not so much results at the end.
APT stands for Advanced Persistent Threat. That's a complicated attack, and it is hard to reverse engineer this, to process all these pieces of code. Am I right?
Yeah, sure, you're absolutely right.
Yes, I remember some of samples like Ocean Lotus, and that is really awful. Lots of packers on the code, and yeah, it's hard to analyze. Okay, tell us please, how do you educate yourself?
I'm still sometimes playing some CTFs with my friends, and I have a lot of different things that still are really new to me, and sometimes it just like having a look and saying, cool, I have never known that. The second way, there are a couple good certifications and courses related to cybersecurity. For example, I'm not a professional in incident response or forensics, but I can go and learn and be like aware of what people are doing there, just for general knowledge. And even sometimes it can help in my general duties.
Good. By the way, CTF is a competition. It's a capture the flag competition, and probably there are some bad competitions and good competitions, or all of them are good. Maybe you can give some advice for our listeners.
It depends on what you like, because there are competitions that are like single-player competitions or competitions for teams. There are task-based, there are attack defense, so that just different ways to play. There are competitions that are mainly focused on reverse engineering or web security. There are some competitions for the beginners or whatever. So I think that you can start with something, have a look, try to solve something, and afterwards you will understand what's more interesting, and you will find the way. I think that the best option to find that competitions is to go to CTF Time website, because all of them are aggregated there, and there are different tags and topics, and there are reviews, so you can go there and try to find something.
And we have one more question from our chat. Do you think that restriction on education in a teching sphere in universities slowing down forming of new specialists in cybersecurity sphere, like blue or red teams? So we don't learn how to attack.
It is not completely true. So there are some courses about offensive security and about incident response, and so I think that it is really important to understand cybersecurity from both sides, but there are different ways to learn that. So you don't have to go and hack something. You have to be responsible. So learning how to hack doesn't mean going and hacking something. Or offensive security and incident response teams, they're analyzing the logs. They have to understand what do they see, and they can do that only if they understand how cyber criminals are thinking and what are they doing, what are their main goals. So, but I think that this is the knowledge that is not quite close to some university education, and that's why they're not. But if you want to learn that, you will, and just like I don't really see anything really bad in that.
The next question, what is like to work at Kaspersky? How would you describe it?
It's cool. It's cool.
Agreed. Very cool.
Well, so Kaspersky is one of the, it is not an advertisement. Kaspersky is one of the leaders in this field. And if you are working here, you have a variety of different professions, different topics. You can research different things to do, different services to maintain. You can choose whatever you want, and even during our internship program, the first couple of weeks are spent to meet different people from different teams, and they are like sitting, like me, sitting in front of you right now and talking about like daily basis tasks, some researches, so for you to get an understanding of what's interesting and what's not. Plus so the company really takes care about us. We have like good offices, tasty food, I don't know.
And I would say we have lots of professionals, and you can meet cool people here, and you can communicate with them, learn from them, and so on. And I think that's the most important thing, the community. I think that's the best. But that's my opinion. I think you agree with me.
I like tasty food.
Okay. And I think that the last question from our chat, what is the best way to learn cybersecurity? Maybe you can give some advice on books or videos or other materials. I know what you want to say, that books won't help you.
Yeah, so I will repeat again. So I think that CTFs, the capture the flag, it is a good entry point just to understand, to get some real world experience that is created specifically for you. So there are people who are developing those tasks just to show something, to educate you in a way that you will be doing that in the real world. But it is created specifically for you. And if you don't know how to solve something, there will be write-ups after the event. You will understand how you should have solved that. Because this is the way to get involved. Again, so if you have like a really good will to be a cybersecurity expert, you can go and read all the books in the world, and you'll be fine with that. But mainly people are getting really bored when it comes to some hard topics like reverse engineering, because it really takes time to learn. And if you're having some kind of competitions, contests, and some kind of process of making it a bit more dynamic and funny, it can involve you, and you'll be doing it for some time, and you'll understand, do you like it or not? And if you really like it, you will need anything. You won't need my advice. You will know everything on your own, how to find your path.
Okay, I see. And what was the best question from our chat? You need to make your choice.
What was the best? I've already told about. I think that the first question was the best one. Like, why are not writing viruses? That is like top one question. You can
best of the best.
No, I'm tricking. I'm tricking. That question will never win. I think that the question about can you show me them again, please? Just a second.
Yeah, sure. About the restriction at the universities.
Okay. Yeah.
And about what else we have here. About attackers, right? Can we teach people how to attack? What the best way to learn cybersecurity? How it is to work at cybersecurity?
I think that this question is the best one about the.
Okay, so the selection process in your team.
Yeah, I really like that, because I think it is the most useful for all the audience. Like.
Okay, cool.
You don't like that
so,
choice? We can change that again.
No.
Never mind.
No, I mean, I thought we have already chosen our best question. Again, your decision, like the last decision you make.
Yeah, this one, the selection process.
Okay, yeah. And our prize goes to this person who asked about career in cybersecurity and the selection process in the team. You will get a set of souvenir of Kaspersky, and please text us to academy@kaspersky.com. Okay, so that's it for today. Dima, please finish this interview with one phrase.
Stay hungry, learn cybersecurity, and be cool.
Cool, thank you very much. Thank you for this interview. And
thanks a lot.
Guys, we will meet next time on May 18.